Are you looking for a way to manage your pain? If so, then today's show is just for you. Most people know that nutrition is important. Eating a well balanced diet can help you get the nutrition that you need to fuel your daily activities, including regular exercise. But when it comes to chronic pain, most people just want their body to live without aching and the food they eat to fuel their limited energy. But it's not just as simple as vegetables or donuts. With March being Nutrition Month, we are discussing two important sidekicks that chronic pain conquerors need to survive every day: nutrition and exercise. And we don't even have one guest, but we have two. And they are both personally so dear to my heart that I am so excited to get into it today. So, of course, we're going to get into the question of the week. Since suffering with chronic pain ailments, has fitness and nutrition become part of your priority? Are you ready for another chronic pain conversation? Let's go. Hello and welcome to Chronic Pain Conversation. My name is Kalila Bruswell, and I have my lovely host, Ms. Sharifa McClare. This is a show where we have open and honest dialogue about chronic pain. We share our experiences, acknowledge the wide variety of chronic pain diagnoses that are out there, and look at ways to manage chronic pain. We're going to jump right into pleasure or pain to get a status in terms of where both me and Sharifa's body are at. But before we go there, we're going to address a pain of this world. We just want to take a moment and say that our hearts and our prayers are out there for everybody that's in some way, shape, or form affected with the different disasters and different events that have been happening in the past 7 days. Our hearts are with you, and we pray that the Lord is comforting you and keeping with you. Now, Sharifa, we know that the world is in a bit of pain, but tell me, how are you doing today? Pain or pleasure?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm all pain. A lot going on, but I'm here. I'm ready for the show. Like, I am in like workout gear, although we're not like doing some heavy stuff, but I'm feeling good to dive in. I'm all about food, so I'm good. I'm wanting to know more about nutritional stuff and then fitness, staying active. The weather is getting better, so if we can find things to do while this weather's coming at us, why not? How about you?
First and foremost, people, when she says she's all into food, you guys don't understand. The other day, I heard her tell her, yo, you don't see what my shirt says? Hunger, last name, always first name. Why are you touching my breakfast? I was like, Sharifa, you're killing me.
Yeah.
But for me, Sharifa, I have a smile on my face only because I am on this show with three amazing women today. But honest to goodness, Mama, I am like so much pain. You guys, one of the things that we do when we do pain and pleasure is you see us, but we want to tell you what you don't see. And Risa, if I told you that my mom was screaming last night because all I was is in so much pain, I was in the shower for half an hour this morning just get this together. And there's like no makeup, no nothing. I'm just going to enjoy today, but I'm having some ailments. If I happen to hear in the stretch, it's part of life. I'm just letting you know what hope normally is on a regular basis. So, tell me, Sharifa, what are your thoughts in terms of our topic today? So, Fibro Fighters, which is our nonprofit organization, recently did a survey. We had 315 people that did the survey, and of that, only 3% utilize personal trainers and 9% utilize nutritionals. 17 use the stationary bike. 58.7% they do their stretches and their Pilates and their yoga. 22 only swim, and 57 are at least walking or jogging. So tell me, what are your first thoughts when you hear these numbers, when you do this survey? Does it surprise you? Do you understand it?
Um, I do understand it, and I'll tell you why. When it comes to 3% utilizing personal trainers, me personally, when I hear personal trainers, I think dollars. And for people who suffer with chronic pain, cannot work their 9 to 5, we think about how much we have to pay this personal trainer. We're already struggling to pay for other necessities. You know what I'm saying? So that's for me personally. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. I do find myself, though, with those different percentages that you listed, I am in the 57% that walk or jog. I don't hit the jog. Let's just take that part out. But I do walk. I've walked vigorously because why are you laughing? I walk
It
vigorously
took me
because,
3 years to jog. I get it.
yeah, I walk like power walking. I do that stuff to get the heart rate going. And then I take that time to do, the regular walking to cool down. But yeah, there's a lot of things that even me going through chronic pain and getting diagnosed over the past 2 years that have changed, where I'm no longer doing things that I used to do.
Yeah, it is. It is rough. It is. And I think that's why today is such an important conversation because, I was in a place where I showed you last week, like my heaviest, and I came across Hope Inspired Fitness. And, what was really interesting was I was, losing weight and I was getting my workouts on. And then after my first accident, um, I think we still just trying to get me over like 5 or 10 pounds lifting, and it's been 3 years. And we were doing better than that before the first accident. And your head is first thing is okay, go at the speed that I used to go at,
Mm-mm.
and we can't do that anymore. And we want to have this conversation about taking it slower because our bodies move slower. But it's okay, even though I laughed at you about you're not jogging. It took me 3 years and then with this new accident, it's gone. It's just,
You're
right?
starting
But
over
I
again.
do know that I can get there again. Yeah. And me and Hope have had to start over a few times because of health reasons or different accidents that have hindered my body. And so I want our chronic pain conquerors, I want our audience to really see that, this is very vital. It gives you freedom. It eventually helps you release the pain. It gives you back some of your movement. And then, after my second accident, I had Carolyn energy back. Oh my gosh, this woman has 100% turnaround when it comes to helping people improve their life. There's been nobody that's come into her life that their health hasn't improved. And I can like the fact that I went through so much pain my first time around, and she was talking to me about things that I was putting in my body that I didn't realize were hurting me. Even vegetables, you're saying just eat your vegetables. My body can't take that with some of my ailments, my IBS, my GERD. And she talked to me about nightshades. She talked to me that every day I'm still trying to put as much fruits and vegetables into my body. Like you don't even know. I had my breakfast here. She gave me my granola, and I am trying to eat so wholesome. But she gives me so much knowledge, and I want people to know that your body is worth it, and there are ways to find monetary. We're going to talk about ways. It may not be as expensive as you think, or there might be ways for you to get your money in, or do something, but nutrition and fitness are so important to what we're doing right now,
Yep, 100%.
100%, or I'm just gambling.
100%. Um,
Okay, so are you ready to bring on our first guest?
yeah. So the relationship between nutrition and pain is at a relatively early stage of research. Everyone agrees that the best eating plan for some with chronic pain is a balanced and varied diet. It should include lots of fruits and vegetables, legumes and nuts, protein sources like fish and poultry, or even alternative plant sources. It's also important to get adequate amounts of liquid in order to stay hydrated. Such a diet appears to reduce inflammation, decrease stress, and improve mood and depression. Carolyn Nicole is a certified holistic nutritionist and a graduate from Durham School of Health and Nutrition. For the last 7 years, she has been successful in helping to reverse type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, digestion issues, heal psoriasis, and even reverse stage 4 cancer, among other illnesses. Wow. She has worked with Toronto District School Board community centers, various churches as well. She's appeared on CB24, CTV, and currently the owner of the Energy Shack juice bar with her husband, Colin. Carolyn believes that health is truly the greatest of all human blessings and that we were created to live life and live it abundantly. Following her program is designed to do just that. So I want to welcome in Carolyn.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. You can hear me and I'm here.
Yes.
Wonderful. Good. All right. So thank you very much for that introduction. And I want to welcome everyone again to the call and just thank you for having me, because there's nothing more that gives me great pleasure than to actually talk to people that are not well and give them information to make them well, because I believe that health is truly the greatest of all human blessings. And you can have as much money as you want. You can have the best spouse in the world. You can have all these people that love you. But if you don't feel well, if you wake up and you don't feel good, none of that matters. And generally, unless I food poison myself, which I'm really good at sometimes, I feel great every single day. And and I just feel like I just turned 46 and I feel like I'm just getting younger as I'm getting older, because I just feel like I have that vibrancy. So I'm not saying that to give me any props or anything, but I'm just saying that's what gives me the passion, because I want other people to feel this good, because it's not in my genes, let me tell you.
It really is. Carolyn, I'm so happy that you are here. I've been waiting for this for the longest time. Tell people, like we were having this conversation, myself and Sharifa. Tell our audience, please, what does a nutritionist do? Why is it important to even have one in your life, or give us that understanding?
Absolutely. So a nutritionist works holistically. So that means that we look at food on a holistic level. We look at the body on a holistic level. So we're not counting calories and carbs and proteins. We're looking molecularly, this has an antioxidant in it. This has this kind of phytochemicals, so it can help you with this. So everything is looked holistically, and you are also taught and trained on how to treat disease. But I'll tell you, I don't know every nutrition course. I know the one that I took, it was banged in over and over and over again in school that you must ascertain the cause. How did you get here in the first place? And that's really what a good nutritionist should be trained on, is what's the reason you're here? How did this get here? Is it genetics? Did you have a car accident? Is it your poor, unhealthy eating? Is it your stress level? But we have to ascertain the cause. That's the only way we can fix things. And food is ultimately your medicine.
Right. Tell us, is there a difference from a nutritional perspective when it comes to chronic pain and inflammatory diseases in the body?
Yes. So everybody has a level of inflammation in their body. I mean, that's just naturally the way that our body works. So we all have some kind of inflammation. Now, some people have it to a greater degree. And that's really when the chronic pain comes in. And sometimes it can just be, you cut yourself and you have this acute pain for, 2 or 3 days and it's gone. But at all times, the body is almost always dealing with some level of inflammation. And the body is built to respond to that, but we don't always feel that inflammation. When you start feeling that chronic pain, that's when inflammation has gone to a whole new level that your body actually can't manage it. And so that's the problem with those that are dealing with chronic pain.
Okay. Perfect.
Tell me something. You know, we live in a world where people just want the answer quickly. So, are there perhaps any anti-inflammatory foods that you would tell people, to put in their body? Are there any inflammatory foods that you feel could easily set people off that they're not aware of, or that they should be not become more knowledgeable about?
Yeah, for sure. So there's some obvious foods out there that are really good for inflammation. For those who know me, I'm so simplistic. There are tons of herbs that are incredible for inflammation. There are tons of superfoods that are great for inflammation, but I believe that people shouldn't have to, search for, all these incredible herbs and go to 5 health food stores till they get it, because that's not the answer. So I can tell you that, there's Poda Arco, there is ashwagandha. Like there's a lot of wonderful herbs that are great for inflammation, but if there's foods in your life that you're taking that are creating the inflammation, you are wasting your money, and all of these herbs are just literally going down the toilet. They're not having an effect. So foods that are really great as far as inflammation goes, that are easy to get, accessible for everybody. Turmeric, which is an obvious one that is, a lot of people know about it. However, using it in powder form is not always effective. When we're doing our turmeric here, it's best that you get it. If it's done in a capsule, then you know that it's most likely a very, very, very high grade. Most of the turmeric we buy off the shelf for our cooking, to add that into your cooking, like a lot of the inflammatory properties are gone from there. A little bit, but not like I'm going to take fresh turmeric, I'm going to grate it, I'm going to boil it, or I'm going to juice it and I'm going to drink it. That's a different story. Now the actual properties in there that are very calming for inflammation are effective. Pineapple and papaya are another one. They naturally contain bromelain, so bromelain is great for inflammation. Believe it or not, but very simply, fresh food. So the thing about inflammation is that if your blood is very thick, a lot of toxins in there, if you have an inflamed area, it's going to irritate those areas. So you want nice, thin blood. So your berries are super high in antioxidants. So that would be number 3. I would say add some berries to your diet. Number 4, on the vegetable side, you want to have things that really have a high water concentrate and high phytonutrients. So you're thinking of things like celery. Even cucumber is great if you leave the skin on, and you'll want to make sure that that's like locally grown or organic, or at least locally grown. Your lettuce, believe it or not, romaine lettuce, green leaf lettuce, that has amazing properties to be able to pull toxins out of your body. But since they're so high in water, they also flush the blood. I mean, your kale is great, but you've got to cook it. Don't eat it raw. Spinach is wonderful, but doesn't have that high water concentrate, although it's very, very good for you. But foods that are high in water concentrate help to flush the blood, thin the bloodstream out. So my last one, although that probably sounds like 10, but number 5, believe it or not, is water. Most of us have thick blood because we're just not drinking enough water. We're choosing coffee, tea, pop, juice, coconut water instead, herbal teas all the time. Your body actually just needs water.
Fair enough. What is the most important thing you think chronic pain sufferers should know about nutritionists?
About nutrition or about a nutritionist?
About nutritionists.
I think they have to understand that not all were schooled in the same schooling. So the school that I went to, we're taught completely plant-based, because dairy, even chicken with all its saturated fats, fish, all of these things can create inflammation in a big way. But you could talk to another nutritionist that will tell you lean meats are fine. I would never tell you that. I would tell you to stay away from your killers, which are dairy, wheat, meat, fish, and especially sugar. So the thing you need to know about a nutritionist is that I'm not going to say I'm the best in the world, but the school that we come out of teaches a completely whole plant-based diet. And not every nutritionist is going to recommend that, but I'm sure they're still going to be helpful in some way.
Okay. So one last thing, we know you own. Go ahead, Quila. Sorry, we know you own your own business, Energy Shack. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your fees for your mid-class clients and people who want to, go ahead with a program?
Sure, yeah. We own the Energy Shack juice bar here in Scarborough, but our programs are worldwide. So generally for a consultation, it's $35. But if you mention this show, if you mention the company that these two beautiful ladies are from, then your consultation is free. All you need to do is you go to our website, you go to EnergyShackJuiceBar.com. So EnergyShackJuiceBar.com, SHACK. And you click on consultation/videos, and from there, you will see a video, 8 Secrets of Healing. You'll want to watch that. And if you go below all the way to the bottom, you'll see there's a health intake form. And if you just fill in all those fields and where it says, where did you hear about us? If you just put the show in there, then your consultation will be free. And our programs start at only $150 anyway. You can get a lot of information for just $150. We do have the food. We do have everything on top of that. We'll make every part of your program right down to your salad dressing. But the consultation's at free. We give you all the information that you need.
Nice. I am excited to even look into it myself for my personal nutrition. We're so thankful that you came to share this wonderful information with us.
I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity. Yes, go ahead, Kalila. Sorry.
So you guys, the reason why I want to give you just a quick personal testimony, because it's not even been a year since I've had Carolyn in my life, or at least maybe 8 months. And the knowledge that she has given me, the weight that I have lost, the pain reduction that I have had, the things that I put into my body, have the knowledge and the way that my life has changed has been because of this wonderful woman. And I'm really going to tell you, the fact that she is giving our audience this consultation for free, knowledge is power. Take 5 minutes and fill out this form. We're going to put it in the bio and then the links afterwards with all of her information. But take a moment, because your body is worth finding out what can and can't go into it. Your body is also worth having a conversation with someone who took the time to specialize in an area that can help you. We spend half an hour sitting there on the TV. Spend half an hour on your body between filling out this form and spending time with her to see how your body can change, or even just taking the 5 things that she talked about today. But you've changed my life, Carolyn. Like, you have changed my life so much in just 8 months. And I can't thank you enough for that. And I just wanted to take that moment so that our audience could truly see not just someone coming on here giving information, but could truly see what it is that you've done for someone's life. And I can testify for that. I can advocate for that. You need to check this woman out.
Praise the Lord. Amen. Just the messenger, but thank you very much. And it's been a blessing to get to know you, Kalila.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're a
My
little over
pleasure.
time, so we're going to come off with her, and we're going to bring on our very next guest. Sharifa, this woman, I can't put my pictures up with her right now, but Hope has come from a place where she has understood being a, more voluptuous woman to being a woman now that is like leaner and just cleaner. And, I was saying to her yesterday after being with her for, I've been Hope maybe 4 years now, and that big to end picture that I'm posting up this week, this is because of Hope. This is about Hope not giving up on me. This is about, as a chronic pain sufferer, when we came into this accident, Hope was actually the first person I saw, because I was actually on my way to have a work session with her when I had my first car accident. Hope has been with me, where she's put me in her sauna, where she has taken her time with me, where she evaluates, where she listens to me, where she takes a visual of your body as you're in the middle of working out and going, okay, that's not working for you, let's try something else. And we don't get that when we just go to a regular gym or just join a class or do something. And this is why I really wanted to advocate for having a personal trainer, because Hope is a mother of 2 and a wife of 1. She is the founder of Hope Inspired Fitness and Wellness. And my new definition for Hope is helping others peak and elevate. She has been working as a wellness trainer since 2011, gaining a background of knowledge from Candid Pro Fitnesses. She's a specialist and a fitness specialist. She's a health eating, and she's into weight loss. She's a herbal nutritionist certification. She has her boxing and her swimming. I am working so hard to get myself back into both of those with her. Soka size, she's helped my body with this. And I just want to bring on this very moment, Sharifa, please bring on the next smiling face for today, Miss Hope Felix of Hope Inspired Fitness. Like, Sharifa smiling, she has a better word.
So can I say something? Can I say something? I heard about Hope Inspired Fitness, but what got me with that introduction was the soca size. Okay, I'm Jamaican, but best believe there are people that think I'm Trini because of the soca music. I know it word for word, and when the waistline starts moving, they're like, "You're from where again?" So if we're bringing soca size into the whole conversation, you see she moving already. She's getting me like, "Don't tease me, don't tease me." Welcome.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here today.
Oh my God. Okay, so we had Carol on, but before we start into anything, we just chronic pain concourse. I'm telling you this, so you get into this interview, you need to connect with Hope. I'm going to let Sharifa start with our first question. I am just so elated right now.
Okay, so Hope, please tell us why it is important or necessary for chronic pain sufferers to work out.
Well, chronic pain sufferers, your body is aching, and you can nod and say yes or no to this.
Yeah.
And it's hard to move when your body is in so much pain. But what happens if you're not constantly moving your body starts to seize, and then you can't do much with it. Right. I've worked with many individuals, not just Khalil alone, other individuals as well who have chronic pain suffering. And what I've noticed, like from when we first start off till when we get later on into the sessions, is that something that was hard and difficult to do at the beginning becomes much easier, because now you're starting to activate your muscles. You're getting a little bit of more muscle strength in it. Even you're part of the 57% that walks. That's fantastic. Like personal trainers, personal trainers elevate you a little bit more. right? And you're talking about the financial piece to it as well. It is an investment. You know, I was going to use Amazon as an example, because Amazon, guess what? It's at your fingertips.
Yeah.
You see something, it's $50. You don't second guess it. You're like, oh, how am I gonna manage to get it? And bing, you've got it, and you're done, right? But when it comes to your own health and investing in your own health, we rethink about it. So I can spend $50 on, I don't know, a plant, right? And feel no ways about it. Yeah. But if I say it's going to take you $50 for a session, you're going to be like, girl, I can't afford that, right? And so it's our mentality in regards to how do you want to invest in your body? One of the things that's really harsh to say, but you can't invest in yourself in the grave. And you can't invest in yourself if you are constantly not able to do anything, right? So that's the elements of having more of a personal person with you, like working with you, as opposed to just doing things on your own. Khalil did speak about some of those things in regards to, if you're doing something incorrectly, I can say, what do you stop? What are you doing right now? Or you know what I mean? If she's having pain in a certain part of her body, we can not do a workout. We can just do a stretch. Like, it's personal. That's the reason why I call it personal, right? Training. But they call it personal because I can look at you, Sharifa, and say, what does Sharifa need today? Okay, what are we working on? How do you feel throughout the week? If we've done something and it's really making your pain really elevate, then we're like, okay, we're going to work on something else. Let's strengthen another area. There's different ways that you can work on it, but the importance in regards to being alive is moving. We were not created to be sedative. If you have somebody who's in the hospital and they don't move at all, what happens? Their body withers. Even somebody who's in a bed and can't move on their own, you have somebody who has to come and move them in order for them to continuously allow their body to thrive, right? So hopefully I'm not long-winded in regards to that explanation. Yes.
I think what's also beneficial, and we're talking about moving, which is important, but one of the things with chronic pain conquerors is we also don't know when to rest. And what's so amazing is, you guys have heard me in the last 2 shows say that I've been in pain. And there have been times where Hope's like, I'm not working out today, because she knows how my body has been going. And there are times where my mentality is push on, and she's like, we're not working today. You need to go and sleep as well. And that was also beneficial for me, having her as a personal trainer right now.
Can I say something to that real quick? I did have a personal trainer, and those are one of the reasons why I do not have one anymore. Because I feel that although I explained my situation of, I'm not always able to do certain things on a consistent basis, reps, all that stuff like that, I don't feel like I was being heard. And with that, I kid you not, I just said, peace out. And I never I will drive by that place sometimes and look at it, but don't want to go back because I wasn't being heard. I was being pushed because you're there to motivate and push us, but also you're also there to understand where I'm coming from, what I need in that moment, how far I can go. And, so that's one of the reasons I don't have one anymore. But hopefully after this, it'll change.
Just like what Carolyn said, right? There's many nutritionists out there. There's many different types of people. There are people who are just incentive in regards to, let's get cash. Let's get this working. I want you to have results. Like, I've had a lot of people who are like, how come you don't have a lot of before and after pictures on your website? And I'm like, because my clients are personal. You know what I mean? And if they want to post it, they can post it. If not, I would love to have that. Let's do the before and after. I mean, I have them, but for me, it's a matter of I'm here for you, right? And again, I actually suffered from pain previously. I have tendonitis in my wrist, so I understand when somebody says I can't do it. It's not just shut up and give me, right? That's not the mentality. The mentality is, okay, what are we working? But, again, there's reasons why certain people push in regards to one of the things with training, one of the things with having not only just personal training, but changing your body is kind of giving it a little bit more of that push, right? Because I mean, there's what's that one that used to say, if you could have done it by yourself, you would have done it already, type of thing. You know what I mean? It's just like having that person who can coach you through movement. There's times when Kalila's like, I can't, and I'm like, yes, you are. But there's times when I'm like, okay, I can physically see that, no, you're not able to. And that's where having like a good personal relationship, I always say I'm not for everyone, but I'm for somebody, you know what I mean? And that's knowing. So I usually, like, even when I'm doing my intakes with people, I will say, hey, come have a free session with me, because I want to make sure that we can click. Like, if you can't handle me, I love you, but I want you to do your best. I want you to be where you need to be in order for you to get to where you need to go. If we work well together, that's fantastic. You're going to love me, I think. You're going to love me after, just not during. There's a professional hope, and then there's the happy hope, and the professional hope is just like, what? Where does she come from? But it's the attentiveness of your body. And at the end of the day, kind of what Carolyn said, wellness is living. And when you're stuck in chronic pain and you're not able to live, you don't feel like you're living. You feel like you're really stuck. And I remember when I was doing it was like 2014, I injured myself and they wanted to do surgery. And I said, it's my right hand. I'm right-handed. I was like, okay. And they're like, yeah, if we do the surgery, it's not 100% that you're going to get mobility in your hand. Huh? What? It's not 100% that this and this and this is going to happen to you. And I was like, okay. So I was like, you know what? My personal was, I'm going to bypass the surgery and I'm going to try and deal with what I have. And I mean, that was 2014. We're in 2021. Hallelujah, I can still use it. It's still good. Like, I have my days where if I'm writing for a good amount of time, my hand starts to slow down. I feel the tingling in my wrist, and I know I know my cues in regards to, hey, slow it down or bring it up, But again, like with chronic pain, you listen to your body. If you're working with somebody and they can't listen to you, then maybe that's not the person for you. But there are many people out there who will.
Got it. Helpful information.
Question for you, what can you talk to us now that we're in that COVID section? How people are getting their personal trainers? Like, we've been doing our Zoom training. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been in the U.S., I have been in Canada, but I have not stopped my training with Hope. We've done it on trains, we've done it in hotel rooms, we've done it outside. Can you talk to people right now in terms of how you've been able to do your Zoom and how confident you feel in terms of they're still feeling like you're beside us while you're doing it?
Yes. So thankful to COVID. I've had to move online, and my online training is just, it works just like I am beside you. I mean, I can't slap you around, but it's still coachable, right? So some people don't have a lot of equipment, so I'll be like, okay, what do you have? And we'll work with that. If you can't, it's really hard right now to even buy equipment because everybody is now on this, I have to get stuff to use, right? But your body is your best instrument. Whatever your weight is, that's you working against your own body. And that's how you can tone it up. Like, I have ample amount of exercises that I'm just like, hey, you don't need no weights, you don't need no nothing. And they're like, really? And then you try it and you're like, okay, 2 minutes in, can we stop? It's just like, oh, but I thought you wanted equipment, So again, it's working with an individual. And just like how we're having this conversation right now, and we're live, and I hope you feel my energy as much as I feel yours. That's what we do. We make sure that we're bringing the energy there so that you can get what you need to get done. And again, online is not for everyone, but if it can help you, why not try it?
Right, right. So I have one last question before you show us a little one thing or two. What are the do's and don'ts for working out as a chronic pain sufferer?
So I can't really specify do's and don'ts because each individual body is different. So the do, what I'll say is do what you can. And what I can say in the do is gradually continue to do it. So, today Kalila might not be able to run. 5 months down the line, she might be able to. I had a patient who could barely walk down her stairs because it was a lot of pain for her. As we continued, I do a lot of functional training. So I want to train the body to do things that you would do on a regular basis. Reach up for this, go down on the ground, be able to sit down. I had a woman who had hip replacement. And before I met her, she said, she has 2 grandchildren. She's a little older individual. She's like, I've never been able to sit down on the floor with my grandkids. It's like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, I had a hip replacement. And I was like, okay. She's like, well, the doctors told me that I can't do that motion. I was like, huh? Okay. I was like, okay, sure, no problem. I said, you're willing to work to see what we can do? And she's like, sure. Within 3 to 6 months? Within 3 to 6 months, she was on the floor and she could get back up. Wow. Right? And that was something she said for the past 10 years. Wow. 10 years. She had never gone down on the floor like that because she was always afraid that she can't get up. And I'm like, it's not a matter of that. It's like, okay, at first we had to try and, have a couch close by so we can do what we need to do in order for her to function. And then nowadays, she's like, girl, this is nothing. I'm like, but again, it's learning the body. I've had patients that only can start off with cones, doing a workout with a cone, as opposed to being able to do workout with 1 or 2 pounds. 1 or 2 pounds was too much. So let's do something else. Let's just use your hands. Let's get, your flexibility going. Let's do some stretches. It's all individualized, but if you have the determination, and there's one more thing I have to say before we actually end it off, in regards to fitness, it's about your mental health. And fitness and mental health go hand in hand. You have great endorphins that are naturally secreted from your body. It's your feel goods, and that will help alleviate depression and anxiety. So those are benefits that we don't realize until we actually get into things. And there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, right? But sometimes those good days overshadow the bad days that make you willing to work with it.
Definitely. I like that. Kalila.
Yes. Let's get into, so hopefully we have you here and you're going to show us 3 movements that we could do either sitting or standing in terms of just to get the body stretched. And I want to say to our audience members, as Hope said, do what you can, because days I can't lift my arms all the way up, and some days I can. And show us what we can do, Ms. Hope. Just show us what are some of the things that, even sitting down as a chronic pain conqueror, what could we do to just move our body?
Okay, so I'm sitting in a chair. I'm going to try and get a little bit more of my body. Oh, this camera thing is like to the left, to the right. Okay, so I'm sitting in a chair, and I'm going to sit on the edge of the chair, right? I'm going to make sure my feet are flat on the ground, and I'm going to make sure that my feet are flat. I have almost like an L shape in my legs, chest up nice and tall. And that's one thing. So I'm going to do let me see, camera-wise, a side profile. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
As we're sitting in chairs, you see how far back my chair is?
Yeah.
Most of us tend to do this. because we're at the desk, we're working, we're doing this, we're doing that. This is what we do. This is one of those, if you have soca music, is actually a great exercise. And you're gonna laugh at this, but you see like how you're sitting like this? If you just pump up your chest a few times and then go back down, that's actually working. If you feel that, and if you arch your back, you can feel that in your lower back, and you can feel that in your chest. So it's just it's simple, it's easy, but do you feel that? Like in your back, you feel that in your chest? And that can work your abs and everything. So you don't even have to get up, right? Put on a nice music and you can back it.
So question, it actually builds your ab muscles?
So there's something that I always teach people, and it's called suck your belly button into spine.
Okay. So when you do that, you suck it in.
Suck your tummy into spine.
And with that, it'll help build the ab muscles.
Yeah. So let's do that. Just get your body in a neutral position, and now suck your belly into spine. You see how your chest lift up? And then release it. See how you drop back down? Go again. Do it again. Suck it in and release it. Are you feeling that in your abs?
Yeah.
Simple, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a very simple movement, but you know, it's almost like, can you remember to hold that tummy in?
Right.
And then if you do like little tiny pulses with it, after a while, you're going to be like, okay, why am I breaking into a sweat? I was almost to go Jamaican there. Why am I breaking into a sweat? But like, there's simple, tiny, little movements that you can do that will create, you know, space in your body for you to grow and to mature and to build. And it doesn't have to, like, I know when I vision an instructor, like when people are like, you're a fitness instructor, all I can see in my mind is mountain climbs and jumping jacks and high knees and burpees. Okay, those are things that we all see, but there's so much different elements to it. When I went to one of my conventions the other day to see, it was before COVID, to see the plethora of instructors with different shapes and sizes, that was an eye opener to me, because you always envision instructor as like something like this and all muscular and what's it not, and you know, but like everybody has their asset. Don't tell me I don't have my asset. You know, and I know where I was, I know where I am, I know my strengths versus my weaknesses and what I can do, and that to me is health, and that's wellness. And with wellness, it's about being sick, it's about being healthy, it's about overcoming and being able to function in your life daily.
Yeah.
And another one that I like to do is just arm circles. I know you guys can't see my whole arms, but when you have your shoulder and your wrist in line, if possible, and you just do a few arm rolls forward and back. And here's the thing, if you have shoulder issues and you can't go that high, you start working yourself up to the place where you can actually get it. I've had people who've had frozen shoulders who said since they've been doing that on a regular basis, they have improvement in their shoulders.
Wow.
So whatever we're doing, it's to improve your body.
Show us one more. So we had the broken down business, and we had the arm roll. Show us one more.
Okay. So wrist-wise, again, it's kind of, I'm trying to find myself in the screen because
there you go.
It's the opposite way. But
yeah.
Okay. So hands are going to be out front, fingertips pointing out. And you know, like how we were just bringing our arms out to the side here? I want you to kind of bring it out straight. So fingertips in line with shoulders again. And then slowly bring your arms up. And then bring it back down to chest and then open your mouth. So this is working your back shoulders and chest.
Nice.
Right? So again, if you go from the music, and again, it's just allowing yourself to breathe as you're doing these exercises, because if you're a chronic sufferer, some of the things that we do is hold our breath when we're in so much pain.
Yes.
as opposed to learning to breathe through the pain.
Yeah.
Because when your body is holding it in, that creates a lot of tension. Your body doesn't function well with tension.
Right.
Right? So it's learning to kind of be like, okay, this hurts. Okay, this really hurts, you know? But allowing the body to relax allows you to formulate your muscles in a different way as opposed to when you're tense. There's always a difference between somebody working out who's very tense and the person who's working out who's very loose. That's why walking and jogging and those type of things are really good for you.
Yeah.
Because they relax the body.
Okay. I like that. I'm really thankful to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Before you go, where can we find you?
So, Hope Inspired Fitness, it's hi, like HI, fitness.ca. That's where I'm at. That's where you can find me. Perfect. And because of today, what we're going to do for chronic pain members, if you put chronic HIF as your promo code, you get a 10% off.
Nice. So we will definitely put that in the bio for our social media links. So we hope that you take advantage of Hope Inspired Fitness. This was so much fun, and we're so thankful that you came on to share that with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Okay. I know I really enjoyed those two wonderful guests. We learned about nutrition. We got to do some exercises. Now we are going to dive into the question of the week. Since suffering with chronic pain ailments, has fitness and nutrition become more of a priority? So I personally want to give my answer. My fitness, and I'm going to be real honest, has not been a priority since I got diagnosed. There was a lot of lack of energy. I shared with you I had a personal trainer, and I don't feel they were for me. But for the most part, it hasn't been. I do try, like I said, I do take my walks. And now that, I've spoken to Hope, hopefully can do something with her and try to get myself more active. But it has not been a priority. A lot of other people this week had said that, it wasn't a priority for them, and they do hope that they can make it one, because it's a realization that it is important to us. Okay, so we're going to just move right into our final thoughts. Before I keep a moving moment, final thoughts, I just personally want to say, guys, knowledge is power. I feel that when it comes to our nutrition, our, fitness aspects of our lives, that keeps us going. That keeps us alert. It keeps us active. We, when there's stressful moments, fitness let go of endorphins, which, helps to, get us back, maybe not in the greatest mood, but feel better. Eating healthy makes us feel better about our bodies. Whatever we put in is what we give out. We have to remember that. So, Khalil, are you there? You're muted. Okay, no worries. No worries. Okay, so so knowledge is power. Always remember, whatever you give yourself, whatever is intaked, that's what you're giving out. And we just want to know that we're sharing this information. We want you guys to, receive it. Do what you can for yourselves, because no one, and I stick by this, nobody takes care of you but you. Kalila, any final thoughts before I keep a moving moment?
Yeah. So my final thought is advocate for yourself. Love yourself. One of the things is we've talked about money, and we're going to have to talk about that when it comes to clinicians and specialists and taking care of your body. But you're worth it. if you can put money into your children and work hard to put money into your children, put money into other things, and put money into your attire, and put money into your shoes, and put money into all those other things, you have the power to also take care of yourself here. A nutritionist can do wonderful things for you. And the things that you're complaining about today can not be or be minimized in a week, in a month, in a year by a 1 degree change. And having a nutritionist in your life who educates you about your food intake, having a person in your life, like a personal trainer who's able to work with you, which is what we need as chronic pain sufferers, gives you that ability. And that's what I want to end with that, if that's okay.
Nice. Before we close out, I just want to leave you with this keep it moving moment. We must embrace pain and burn it as a fuel for our journey. We must embrace pain and burn it as a fuel for our journey. And that is from Kenji. So I want to leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed our show. That is it. I'm Tristan Thomas from YouTube, The Thomas Life.
I am Kalila Brucewell, the overcomer, who's been trying to do that a lot today.
Okay, we want to thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to be back next week, Tuesday. I am so excited because we are... Sorry?
I'm so excited. Go on. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. We are taking next week, Tuesday, to appreciate our doctors. I am excited, 100%. They are, I know for me and Kalila, they are one of the number one people in our lives. So I'm excited for that show. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at CP Conversations. And if you want to be a guest on our show, if you're a chronic pain sufferer and you want to share your story, we invite you to be one of our guests. Just visit the bio in our link on any of our social media platforms.
Yeah. We also want you to remember to have yourself a very blessed day, and that Chronic Pain Conversation is the show that enlightens and advocates about chronic pain. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next week. Bye.